Hi, this is Imana Baby to Bed, and I'm going to talk about shush-pat. And when we talk about shush-pat, we're talking about trying to get your baby back to sleep. So when you've got a new baby, I know you're going to pick your baby up a lot every time your baby makes a noise. But what I want you to do is learn how to put your baby down into the bed and put the baby awake. If the baby starts to make noise, then try to help your baby by shush-pat. Okay, don't keep picking the baby up. Try to get your baby to sleep in the crib. Okay, we know this is a changing map, but this is my crib. So what we're going to do, your baby's crying and moaning. So what I'm going to do is gently turn your baby to the side like this. Put your hand on the shoulder, and on the fat part of his thigh, you're going to as the baby calms down and becomes really, really relaxed, you can gently, but don't move your hand off here, gently move your baby back. Your baby's still calm. Keep the hand here. If you move the hand too quickly, the baby's just going to suddenly fall, the arm's going to fall down and the baby's going to wake up. So you've got your hand here. You now just and then what you're going to do is gently put this hand to the side. Keep your hand here for a couple of seconds and then move away. Yeah, now your baby's nice and gentle and going to sleep. This is what we call shush-pat. Now, this is only going to work at this stage, small stage. When your child is now, say for instance, your child has got to the stage where he knows how to roll over, yeah, he's not necessarily going to be happy with you. So now you've got a baby, you've all constantly rocked your baby to sleep, and you want to learn how to put your baby down. So, as I said, we're going to put your baby down awake. Your baby's decided to start screaming his head off, and you're going to do the shush-pat. However, he's big now, and he wants to thrash about, and he's angry. And when I say angry, the voice is very different. So instead of this, he's going to be like, ah, ah. So he's crying, he's screaming, he's angry with you, and he's going to thrash himself back. In other words, what he's saying to you is, don't touch me. I always say to my clients, you know when you're angry with your husband and he touches you, you're like, don't touch me. Well, that's what your baby's saying. He's saying, don't touch me. But however, he doesn't want you to just leave him and walk out the room. He's angry because he doesn't know what to do, or she doesn't know what to do. You know, you need to show her. So again, you get when the voice changes from being angry to now you know this one is ready for you to try again. So again, you could pull the baby over to the side. It's almost like you've got the leg in the recovery position. Your hand here, shush-pat. Again, if your baby's still crying and quite loud, then there's no point in you going shh, because she can't hear you. Okay, she's crying. So you've got to be a bit louder, and sometimes it can be quite tiring, which is why a white noise machine might be quite useful. If you haven't got one, then you've got to really have be able to go on for quite a time. So you're going to have your hand here and you're going to shh. So a little bit louder and a bit faster. And the reason being because she's angry, she's not happy, she's crying very loud, she can't hear you. She doesn't know if you're there and you're just doing that. That's not going to work. And again, now she suddenly said, I've had enough. She thrashed herself back. She's on her back. She's basically telling you, back off again. No problem, back off. Stand by the cot. And you can reassure her by saying things like, it's okay, no problem. Shh. Don't cry, it's okay. And then you're going to let the baby, when she cries again, you're going to do the same again. Now this time, she's calmed down enough that she's now going to go into the sleep. So remember what I said to you, when she's asleep, we're going to gently push her back. We're going to keep the hands there. And then, because the more you've got your hands there, you've got to remember it's warm. So if you suddenly do that, again, the baby wakes up. So just do that very gently, sort of ease your pressure a little bit. Do that. And then when you really, listen for the breathing. I often put my head over and I can tell, some clients will say to me, oh, she's asleep. I can assure you your baby's not asleep, but you will know because the breathing changes, okay? So once that's happened, you can just stand by the side of the cot, give it a couple of minutes. Hopefully you haven't got a creaky floorboard, because if you have, lo and behold, they'll wake up again. But walk away very slowly and you'll be fine. Now, yes, the first time you do it, especially if the child is over 4 months old and you've constantly rocked your baby to sleep, it's not going to work straight away. But honestly, you can do what we call the pick up, put down. And that's, also can work. So if the baby gets really, really hysterical, you're not going to just turn your baby over like that and he's going to go to sleep. You're going to pick up your baby, calm your baby down. As soon as the baby's calmed down, don't let the baby fall asleep. Do this again and repeat the whole thing. Now, the difference being that eventually, especially if they're a bit older, sometimes you pick them up and they're really annoyed that you're not doing anything for them, because really what they want you to do is just feed them to sleep or rock them to sleep. So what you'll get is, you might do this pick up, put down, and I always say that does prolong the procedure. But what happens is, eventually, while you've got them in your arms, they might actually be screaming in your arms. So although you've picked them up, you're not calming them down, they're screaming. At this point, if this happens, you might as well put the baby down and work in the cot, because what's happening is, if the baby's screaming in your arms, you will find it takes you a lot longer, and plus you've got a baby thrashing around, and believe me, your arms will ache, especially if the baby's over 4 months old. The baby's going to thrash around, he's going to get more angry with you, you're not really going to get anywhere. So you're better off going back to the letting the baby have his say. She's going to, protest, whatever, no problem. You're not going to walk away. You don't need to walk away. And again, you're going to repeat the process of putting the baby on the side till eventually the baby's asleep. And yes, it can take up to an hour your first time, especially if you're nervous. Okay, thank you very much.